Good afternoon, year one. Nearly finished our materials science topic. Today you've got a little challenge for you, a little experiment I want you to carry out at home, okay? But before we do that, we need to talk about why we're doing the experiment. So, I want to go through a couple of key words with you. Here we have a glossary. That's interesting because we've been looking at non-fiction texts, and I mentioned earlier to you that a glossary is a place where you can find out what words mean if you don't know what they mean. And the two main words that we need to know today are waterproof and absorbent, okay? Because we're going to do a little waterproof experiment to see what materials are waterproof and which aren't, okay? So let's listen carefully and see what actually waterproof means. What's the exact meaning of it?
Waterproof. A waterproof material does not let water through it. It will roll off the material or form a puddle on its surface.
So that's the meaning of waterproof. The water does not get absorbed in it. It doesn't get sucked in. Let's go back and see. Now this word I think sort of means the opposite of waterproof. Absorbent. I always think it absorbs. It sucks in the water, okay? So let's listen to the meaning carefully.
Absorbent. An absorbent material can soak up a liquid.
So would an absorbent material be a good material for a coat? No, because you would get absolutely soaked when it rained. So that's what we're going to be looking at. We're going to be doing a little experiment about different materials. Some of you might want to join in with the experiment at home, and some of you might want to watch the video. It's up to you, okay? I've put both options on there, okay? So let's explain why we are actually doing the experiment in the first place. Okay, watch this video carefully. So here we have year one, we have a gingerbread man. The gingerbread man doesn't like to get wet. We all know what happens to biscuits when they get wet. Get all soggy, don't they? He wants to make himself an umbrella. But what material should he use? Okay, so he needs a waterproof material. He needs a material that helps keep water out, okay, away from his biscuity skin. We don't want him to go all soggy and crumble. So we need a waterproof material in the experiment. Now, what you're going to do, it says here, cling film, you are going to test out some materials. And what you're going to do that is, you're going to need a few things. So you're going to need a glass, okay? You're going to need a gingerbread man. Now, you might not have a gingerbread man, you might just want to use a biscuit. I'm going to go to something I've shown you before. I have here. Remember this box of matches? Remember what was inside? Joseph's little mouse. I'm going to put him, sorry mate, woke him up from his sleep. I'm going to put him in here. In this glass, okay? There he is, inside his glass. You can find something that you can use yourself that you don't mind getting wet, because it could get wet, because this obviously experiment is involving water. Then you're going to find some materials. Now let me show you the list of materials that we can use today. I've got it here. So here are some of the materials we're going to test. We've got cling film, tin foil, a plastic bag, tissue, kitchen roll. You might even want to add in some of your own. And you've got a page here and it says, waterproof, yes or no. You are going to make a prediction. So do you think, I've got one here done already. Got a little mouse. I've made my cover. My cover is tin foil. So do you think tin foil is going to be waterproof or not? I'm going to say I think yes. It says a reason, I think the water will fall off. That's my reason. You can give any reason you think, okay? Then you're going to get some water, maybe from a jug or something you can pour handily, and pour a few drops of water on and see, has he got wet, okay? You might even want to do it with a few different gingerbread men or a few different biscuits, because once one gets wet, you're not going to know whether the water's got in or not, okay? So maybe use a few different glasses as well. So you're going to predict it, then you're going to give your reason, and then you're going to test it. So you're going to put the water on, see what happens, and you've got another page, a recording page, and you just have to say here, was it waterproof? Was it waterproof? Yes or no. And you can also maybe say yes, what happened to the water, or no, what happened to the water. Okay, so it's up to you, it's your experiment. If you don't have all these things at home, I've put the video on and you can go through the video and watch it. It does the experiment for you, but make sure you predict what you think is going to happen first, okay? So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you later on, okay? Bye.